Let's talk about the blame game for a second. The basis of my script is that time when God finds Adam and is asking, who told you that you were naked? And Adam says, the woman you gave me. And then the woman is blaming the snake. Everyone is blaming something. And ever since I learned this art, all this mystery, I have been very careful on blaming people, or sometimes I just keep quiet, or I blame myself, because when you blame yourself, sometimes you give yourself grace. But when Adam blames Eve, many Adams today have blamed Eves, and many Eves have blamed Adams, and marriages start crumbling because of the blame game. No one wants to blame themselves, they're always throwing it on another person. Now, it was the case for Job as well. The wife, after he's suffering, after losing everyone, just comes and says, why don't you curse God and die? As in, it must be God who's doing all of this, really. And thankfully, Job did not, succumb to that. But many of us, like Job, have lost loved ones, and we blame God. We pray for them to resurrect, and when they don't come, we blame God. We say, you failed. But that's the thing. Sometimes marriages happen, sometimes maybe you don't get the person you dream to be, and you tend to blame God, but that's the devil's number one target. That's it. Because if he can't go to hell, if he can't go to heaven, at least he can drag some people with him to hell. So his idea, his target is for you to find a way of blaming God. And once you start blaming someone, there's some sort of rift, there's a divorce that happens. There's a way you can't work together unless you've agreed. So when you start disagreeing, you start breaking away. So you have to really be wise, and I'm praying for you to understand that when bad things happen to you, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I came to give you life, and life abundantly. He does not give you good things and take them away. Job thought it was him, but we know the story. The devil was given permission to touch, to allow. So when you lose someone, when you face trials, when you lose, just make up your mind. Whatever you do not blame God, because that's the devil's aim, his goal. Because once you start blaming him, somehow something happens with you and him. And of course, even like people who get heartbroken and then they're Christian and they start boozing. Yes, they may still be saved, but there'll be consequences. You may end up sleeping with a girl. She has produced kids. And then, yes, you're still loved by God, but there are consequences. So do not blame God for things. Be very wise, because that's one of the motives that the enemy has learned to use, the blame game. Yeah.